All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of the Ashish David Show. And, I'm so grateful and so glad that, so many people are getting in touch with me, people from our country, people from abroad. And the best part is that, I'm getting to have these great conversations, which is basically what the show is about. And that is how we have today's guest. And today's guest is not just going to give you food for thought, she might actually give you some great food if you happen to order from one of her outlets, or however she's sort of distributing her food. Yes, she's a food expert. Like, I don't even know what to call her, because I think she's going to be the one who's going to tell us. And one thing I can reconfirm, that after talking to her, you're going to realize that the best relationship in the world is the one that you have with food. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shabana Sheikh. Shabana, how are you doing?
Yay! I am doing awesome.
Shabana,
Yes.
welcome to the Ashish David Show.
Thank you so much, Ashish, for calling me, and I'm really honored. It's Thank you so much for calling me.
We are very happy to have you, because we both share a passion and love for food. मेरा देख के पता लग रहा है, आपका देख के नहीं पता लग रहा.
नहीं, ये थोड़ा कंट्रोल में है.
So, Shabana, we've had a little bit of a phone conversation. We've had
Yes.
messenger talks, and finally you're here on the show. How are you feeling?
Cloud nine. Nice. I'm really feeling very nice, and I'm so excited. मैं actually I was writing that अच्छा मैं ये बोलूँ then I was like नहीं, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, ये थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा, मुझे ये भी बोलना है, ये भी बोलना है, ये भी बोलना है. So there were like too many things. Then I said finally
Super.
close books.
But like the good part is that I'm going to make sure that you cover everything that you want to talk. Okay. Because I think ये मेरा usually होता है. मेरे सारे जितने best friends हैं ना, they're all foodies. Okay.
Awesome.
So all our conversations are going to be out. Everything that you want to tell people is going to come out. But let's start from the beginning, Shabana. Firstly,
Yes.
welcome again to the Ashish David Show.
Thank you.
Shabana, how would you describe yourself to someone who knows absolutely nothing about you?
Okay. So Shabana was born in Bombay
Okay.
and brought up in Mumbai. I come from a foodie family. So right from my grandparents to my parents to us to my next generation of nephew nieces, everybody is a foodie. I worked for close to 2 decades in finance and insurance. So yeah, good 18, 19 years has been in corporate. And then finally I said thank you very much, keeping awake late nights and too much of traveling. You know how Mumbai is. Finally I said that okay, thank you very much, I need to be my own boss. That's when at the peak of my career I said okay, and I left. I had no clue what I'm going to do. I really had no clue. And then one fine day, basis a small discussion with my ammi, finally Ammi's Kitchen bloomed. And
Wow.
that's how we are today after 3.5 years.
When you were leaving your job, your corporate, what was on your mind? Because, I mean, it could have worked out, it could have not worked out, it could have been a difficult time. What was going on in your mind at that time?
It's a very good question that you have asked me. Unfortunately, this is what I've realized, that we Indians, हमारा ऐसा हार्ड वायरिंग किया गया है, it's been drilled in us that जॉब ही करना है. सेकेंड इज जॉब लग गई, जैसे जैसे आप you move up the ladder, your needs become luxuries, and then so on and so forth, and then you look at others कि आपको क्या चाहिए वगैरह. So then you get tied up. जैसे आपकी जॉब लगी, the first thing what will you do? You'll buy a home loan. Why? Because you
Yeah.
want to save your tax. And that's a vicious cycle. Then abhi ghar ho gaya. Now what will you do? You'll buy a car. Again a loan. And then you get tied up. What happens is then you get into that EMI cycle. Obviously, you do not have the courage then to leave a job. How are you going to pay all that? Plus your
Right.
parents, you get married, etc., etc., etc. This has to be broken. the previous decade and the decade to come, they have to realize this and train their kids and train themselves that be your own boss. There are so many creative things. Google is like a bhandar of giving you so much of knowledge. Come out with something which people do not have. Serve them, give them something which they need. When I was in that crisis, because I also was having a home loan, but fortunately over a period of time I had made a couple of properties and invested some money and all that thing that I had done. What I did was I settled everything and I said, okay, now at least I don't have all that gut feeling that I had, that whatever I do, I can do it and I will do the best. Being in a corporate life, if I can, spend about 16, 17 hours for somebody else and then do juri and say, okay, yes, boss, get bashed for something you have not done, or probably, that office politics and all that stuff. So I said, rather than doing all that, I might as well spend so many hours in doing something which I love. Yes, for me, it wasn't too difficult to take that jump. But the only thing I can say, Ashish, is I took that leap of faith.
There are a lot of people, Shabana, who are watching us right now, who are in this rut. You know what I mean? You got out of it. Maybe I got out of it, but a lot of people are still there. तो उनको क्या लगता है ना कि यार मैं jump लूं, jump ना लूं, क्या करूं? So what I want to tell by this question to people is that yes, there is never like 100% guarantee that that jump will work for you. It might not work for you. You might have to come back to a job and then maybe take a later jump again.
Yes.
But
yes.
At some point of time or the other, you have to take a risk.
Yes.
And have faith and hope that everything works out.
In a corporate life, when you switch from one job to the other, उसमें भी तो risk है.
उसमें भी risk है.
You don't know what you're going to expect there, right? The only thing when you move from corporate to being an entrepreneur is that just one thing, that just be sure of yourself. Every human is born with some skill. You just need to identify what your skill is.
Absolutely. And I think that is a journey which is a lifelong one. मतलब आपके पास कितने skills हैं और आप क्या क्या कर सकते हो और आपका किस किस चीज में इंटरेस्ट है. This is something that every other phase of your life will teach you, and every other hardship and kind of phase that you go through. So Shabana, when you realize that this is हो गया, बहुत हो गया, अब मुझे कुछ और करना है, after that what happened?
So one fine day I just went to my boss and said, this is my paper, thank you very much. And they were like, what? And it was March year end, and they just said, just get out, we don't want to talk to you right now and we will talk to you later. Okay, March year end, all that happened, and then everything settled. And then I came back home. It was my last day in office. I was carrying all bouquets, this, that, and I told my mom, I said, okay. So she said, what happened? Why all these flowers and gifts and all that? I said,
oh, you didn't tell your mom. You didn't tell your mom.
No, I did. So I said, okay, today was my last day. So she was like, so she didn't know what actually to say that, because she knows that I am not a person who will sit idle even for a day. So she's like, oh, so दूसरा job मिल गया तुमको? So I said no. So she was like, okay. And it was quite late in the night. So she said, okay, कल बात करेंगे. And then a day, 2 days, and then finally we were just sitting having lunch, and then casual discussion that okay, so what are you going to do now? Have you thought about anything? I said no. And she's like, okay. So what next? So days, just few days passed, and then again, one day we were sitting for lunch, and then she said, have you thought about something? So it just struck me that, so I was telling her, so the conversation started that, oh, you've made such good lunch today, it's so delicious as usual, and this is my favorite, and thank you very much, and all that. And then that conversation led to an area which I think which neither she or I had thought about. I said that, isn't it surprising that, the cuisine that we have, a Konkani Muslim cuisine, is something that which is so delicious. It is so balanced, but still nobody is aware about this. Unless you belong to a Konkani Muslim family, or you have friends, or neighbors, or somebody who belongs to that family. So I said that, why don't we explore this? So she was like, what are you talking? I said, yeah, because so she said, who is going to eat our food? I mean, this is just a simple ghar ka khana. I said, exactly. Exactly. I said, ghar ka khana hi chahiye. This is what is missing. So one is the cuisine is unique, and Mumbai is a city where people explore food. Anything which is new, not just food, but anything new, and people want, they, you can easily tell them that this is what it is, and if once they like it, you're done. So she said, okay, where should we start off? I mean, have you thought about anything? So I said, see, because I've been in corporate for like 2 decades, let's start with the inner circle.
Correct.
So I will tell my friends, my corporate group, my bosses, neighbors, and let's do something. We will just start with a biryani and a pulao, because at least people know that, okay, biryani, pulao, and then eventually we can see how it goes. And then that journey from balance sheet to biryani started. Then the inner circle started spreading. People started talking about us, that, okay, this is the food. And then slowly and steadily, we started adding on to the menu. One of the biggest difficulty that I had in the entire year, the first year. So, what kind of food do you serve? We serve Konkani Muslim food. Ah, te Malwani. Sorry, not Malwani. Te Goan. No. Then I had to for one full year, I really had to explain that what is the difference between a Konkani food, a Malwani food, a Goan food, and then the tradition, who we are, and where do we start from, who are our ancestors, blah blah blah, everything. So that's how the first year went, in just explaining to people who we are. Our ancestors were Arabs.
Okay.
So Arabs and Persians, they used to come to India for whatever, for business purposes and whatever. So when they came here, eventually there was some people who chose Maharashtra coast. There was some who chose to go to the Karnataka side, and some they chose to go to Kerala side. So that is the food that you were having in Kuwait
Muscat.
and Kuwait,
Right.
Muscat, what is the Mapla food or the Mopla food. The people who settled in, or the Arabs, or the Persians who settled in towards Karnataka, their cuisine is different. And the ones who settled around the coast of Maharashtra were called as Konkanis. Why? Because they got married to the locals, the fisherwomen,
Correct.
the coolies. So that is one of the reasons why you find similarities between the dialects of the fisherwoman, if you've heard, in Maharashtra, and the language that Konkani Muslims use. The only difference is that we use more of Urdu. Along with the Marathi, you will find Urdu. You will also find similarity between Konkani Muslim food, some of the Hyderabadi food, and some of the Kerala food. There is kepsa. Now, kepsa is not an Indian food. You obviously must be knowing, what is kepsa. It's rice, and then you have this meat covered on top.
So what they used to call it in Oman is they used to call it mandi, and they used to call it another word they had. मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा अभी, but there was another word for it. So
Okay.
mandi is like the thing there. So I guess
Yes,
it's the same
yes.
family of food. Like
So actually, if you see the Konkani food per se, it will have a combination of Arabian food. It'll have a hint of Persian food, and obviously, because the Arabs and the Persians settled around the coast, so whatever was locally available, like coconut, fish, bananas, cashews, kokum, so all those are a part of the Konkani food in itself. That is what Konkani food is about. Now, the second part of it. So this is the overall, cuisine. Now, as and when Konkanis start from Thane onwards.
all right,
So Thane, and then Mumbai, and then so on and so forth, and they end in Chiplun, just before Goa.
all right.
And
So that
Ratnagiri and
entire
all that stuff.
belt
That
has
entire
like
belt.
these people.
Yes.
Okay,
Now, as you jump villages, you will find the food changes. So, example, so we are basically from Varkhal Naka, which is Pen Panvel, closer to Alibag.
okay.
Now, whether you are a Konkani Muslim, or whether you are a Konkani Maharashtrian, as in a Konkani Hindu, the food will be the same. So we will use less of coconut, because it is more towards the city side.
Right.
So we will use less of coconut. We will our desserts are not very sweet. We will use kokum. So these are the things that we use. Another thing which people do not know about Konkani Muslims is, okay, what they know is, they think that Konkani Muslims hai, so they will eat fish, they will eat rice. What else will they eat? And obviously coconut. No, that's not just the thing. If anybody comes to a Konkani Muslim family, they will see that it is not just the fish. We enjoy our meat, we enjoy chicken, and vegetables is a must in every meal. Trust me, for us, non-vegetarian goes 364 and a half days. 364 and a half days we have non-veg. Now, why that half day? Half day we do not eat meat, which is on the day of Muharram, which is Ashura, the 10th day.
Correct.
So afternoon is something which we do not have non-veg. So it's basically khichdi and dahi and all that stuff. And then evening again we eat a lot of khichda, which is loaded with meat. So we balance the day. If whenever you have time, and when you come over to Mumbai,
Yes.
you will actually find in a Konkani Muslim on a Konkani Muslim dastarkhan, you will find a lot of times that the ciders, which we call as tondi lavaila, which is like for the tongue, exceeds the main menu. So it'll be a papad, it'll be achar, it'll be nimbu, it'll be chutney, it'll be kachumbar. So it's so much those. So you start eating the ciders and you're half full.
I think that's a great thing, man. I think that's like, it's good for health, I think.
Yes. So you eat less.
हाँ वही मतलब एंड पता है मेरा शबाना क्या रहता है कि whenever I go to like a nice buffet, मेरा like I'm so excited, मैं ये भी खाऊंगा वो भी खाऊंगा, एंड होता क्या है, I end up having so much salads and like those cheese and bread and this and that, and जब असली खाने की बारी आती है ना, तो बिल्कुल जी और मन और पेट सब कुछ ही भर जाता है.
So you understood. This is the trick that Konkani Muslims have.
Yes. So my connection with Maharashtra is that, okay, so most of my listeners don't know this, but I'm actually a Marathi. So my dad is he's ex-army, okay? So he's Captain David John Meshramkar.
Okay.
Technically, I should have been Ashish Meshramkar, but my father, in his intelligence, मुझे लगता है I have a sense of humor, but my dad is like next level. वो मेरा बाप है sense of humor. When he settled in Delhi with my mother's from the Delhi region. So when they got married and settled here, my father, in his uh, ultimate, intelligence, he thought to himself that बच्चे दिल्ली में अगर इनका नाम मैंने मिश्रामकर रख दिया ना तो उनको सब बोलेंगे विश्रामकर, like. So for some reason, all the three kids, our surnames are registered as Ashish David, Reena David, Leena David. So his first name is our surname.
Surname.
And बाकी
Okay.
मैंने उसका बाद में और कचुम्बर बना दिया by doing numerology to my surname, and now it's a lot of D's there.
Yes.
By everything, I am a Marathi only. But born and brought up in Delhi, of course. So मुझे मराठी बोलनी नहीं आती, पर मुझे मराठी खाना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. जब मैं बॉम्बे जाता हूँ, मेरे बहुत अच्छे अच्छे दोस्त हैं वहाँ पे.
So I am one more.
Yes, absolutely, man. And जैसे बोलते हैं ना, जैसे like, see, we already made it very clear in the very beginning of the show. The relationship you have with food is the best one.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
See, people can let you down, but food can't. Even if it's bad food, you'll still have it, right? Like you're not going to
Yes.
not have it. So Shivana, tell us then what was the next thing that happened in your life? So you did all your research. You thought कि चलो अच्छा इससे start करते हैं pulao and biryani. Then that inner circle started to grow.
Okay, so after for about a year or so, we were only sticking to biryani pulao, and it was obviously at least in my corporate circle, everybody knew, my friend circle knew what kind of food that we have, and they had been to our place for Eid, even uninvited. So Eid was never an invitation. Okay, hello, we are coming. Okay, so it was like that. So after that, then we thought that let's add some gravies, and let's add some rotis, and those kind of things, which is very typical to us. And Ashish, we were then and even now we are very very clear that our menu will not have anything other than Konkani Muslim cuisine. Today, Ammi's Kitchen is identified because we are sticking to our roots, we are sticking to our regional cuisine. Anything which is with Konkani Muslims, if it's not there in our menu, you tell us, we will make it for you. But you don't ask me for a fried rice, please, ever. Or a butter chicken, ever. So so then we started growing the menu. We had like we started adding gravies, different kind of fish gravies that we have, the bhakaris that we have, and the ciders, like the tondi lavaila that we have, like the thecha, and the achar and papad that we have. The other thing that we started doing was so before the adverse, let me tell you the good things, so the listeners will also like. I love to knit everything around a story, which probably comes from my grandfather. So any new thing that I used to add in my menu, so I used to talk about what is it and why this, some story around it, and some background of the tradition or the culture. People started relating. There were some who said that, oh, in our region, it's called this. In West Bengal, it is called this. So people started connecting with my write-ups, and whatever I started writing about food. So a lot of times it used to happen that when I used to write just one-liner, people used to say, "Kya ho gaya? Aaj nahi likha kuch." I've got messages where people have said that we get up to your message of food or the pictures of food. It's so nice. So that's how I every day religiously do my posting, and keep the customers or the guests engaged. So that's how we slowly and steadily grew. One biggest issue that we had was managing the stocks. It's a big challenge, because what used to happen is these are all perishable items like vegetables, meat, and we don't get everything and just stock it up, because we are a home run kitchen. How much will you stock? the way we eat things or prepare things at for our consumption, that is exactly the way we prepare for our guests. There is no difference. So everything what we prepare is fresh. So at times, guests used to order and then they used to cancel, waste. People used to, say that, okay, we will get back. And, that didn't happen. At times, we used to estimate that, okay, abhi weekend hai, probably because last weekend mein bahut acha ho gaya tha business. Maybe this weekend it will happen. Boom. It didn't work. So, we didn't have any option rather than, cook everything and distribute it to the neighbors. It is better that, somebody eats rather than we throwing things away.
यार मैं आपका पड़ोसी होता तो मजे आ जाते, बट था नहीं मैं.
So
Seriously,
that was
I would just like prefer living close to you. क्या पता खाना मिल जाए.
हाँ. So that was, managing stocks was one of the biggest challenge, which we've mastered it right now with the help of my ummi and my sister. Now we know how to manage things. Second is on, where guests used to say that, okay, I will make the payment, you keep the food ready, and then finally say, okay, sorry, I don't want. So that is out. So now we ensure that, the payment has come in.
Yeah.
Especially, if you're a first time client, then, the payment has come in, and only then we say that. And, the our guests appreciate the fact that, we are very transparent. We don't try to talk, in rounded up way and then say no or whatever. So it's very clear. So that's taken care of. The third biggest issue was managing the deliveries. It was a big issue because when we started off, it was just the family members, except my ammi. We all used to run around to do the deliveries.
Right.
Bike पे जा रहे हैं, auto में जा रहे हैं. We've also done Ola and Uber for bigger orders. So that is something that now, with the help of, one or two other very dear home chefs, who've been in this community for a long time. So they said, Shabana, don't worry, this is how you do it. So then we started using these delivery agencies where you really don't need to tie up with them. So there's just an app, you log in there, and that's it. It's taken care of. The other thing that we had an issue was, with the delivery charges. We're very clear that, we are charging you a delivery cost which is standard across the city, flat. Okay. And we also tell you that what are we doing with that money. So there is 50% which goes obviously to the delivery partners who do the deliveries for us. The rest 50% we collect and we keep adding money to that, and then we donate that money. So we donate in terms of food, we donate in terms of clothes, we donate in terms of textbooks, stationery, or whatever it requires. We donate in terms of sanitary pads, medicines. So we upfront tell when we have new guests, they say, "अरे क्या 200 रुपए delivery charge कर रहे हो आप ऐसे वैसे." So we tell them that this is what it is, and they are happy to actually say that, okay, we are okay with it. So the bonding that we've created with our guests is beautiful. We actually don't call them clients or customers. So whenever we talk to them, or so they come up with orders and say, okay, we want to order. So we always say that, for how many guests, or when we put an appreciation post, we say that, our guests said it.
These were all like, the ups and downs that you faced, and now everything is stable, everything is great. Like, how did the pandemic affect your business, Shabana?
I think last year, when suddenly everything happened and nobody knew what's going to happen, and everything was a chaos. I think just for about 1.5, 2 months, intentionally, we actually closed doors. So we are into home dining also, Ashish. So we have food being delivered at your doorsteps, and you could also come over to our place and enjoy the food in a very traditional way and all that. So we closed doors. We said that till the time the pandemics are over, we will not invite guests. Other than that, for about 1.5 months, we stopped deliveries. We said that because there is so much of panic, people are in so much of fear. While they trust us, they know that the food is going to come right from our home kitchen, but we didn't want that people should have any doubts that whether it's going to be safe or whatever. So just about for 1.5 months we had closed doors, but after that it was fine. And thanks to the state government that this pandemic they have allowed home deliveries. Pandemic did not affect us that much, Ashish, is because we are very consistent in keeping connected with our guests. In any kind of industry that you are, it is very important that you keep connected. You connect with your customer. You keep in touch with your customer. You keep telling them this is what happening. So that connection through social media was always there. So we never lost touch. So I think a lot of people miss out on that thing, that okay, you are suddenly one day you say that okay, hello, I'm a home chef, and then after 1 month, till about 30 days you've disappeared, and then again you say okay, I'm back. So that will not work. So because of that consistency, pandemic, touchwood, did not affect us.
People just have a great product or a great business, but they aren't able to like really connect. And I think you've kind of managed to do that with what you're doing.
Don't be mechanical. Leave that for restaurants. If you're a home chef, the art of food, the art of cooking, comes from here. It doesn't come from here. So let words flow from here. Tell people what you're cooking, and don't try to jump all over. That's one of the mistakes that people do. And like I said earlier, that we have stuck to our niche. So that is one thing. We've been consistent. Every post that we write on social media, if you happen to pick up any food post, we write, people who have started knowing me earlier, now, and the people who knew me earlier, they actually tell me that Shabana, it is you. Nobody else can write this, because we know you so well. We just know that you are the one who've written, and that makes that connect. So food is one thing, and obviously the way you describe what you're giving to your guest. You have to take your guest in an imaginary food world. That's what I do. So, and then when we don't have events, or I don't have anything explicitly to tell the guest, then I sit with my ammi and ask her that अच्छा बचपन में क्या हुआ था, ये हुआ था, फिर आप क्या करते थे. And she's a very shy person. So we have to actually somewhere in the corner keep the recording on without letting her know. And then that's when so I am not a blogger, but I write about food, just about our food. So it could be like I mentioned about the tondi lavaila. So I write about that. A lot of people didn't know about what is the difference between a khichda and a halim and a haris. So I've written about that. So all those things create, or have created and are creating buzz for us. That okay, here is a home chef who is not just talking about okay, she's a home chef, her mother is preparing food, her sister is preparing food, just like another home chef. Here is a home chef who's giving you a very unique cuisine, who is the cuisine which is not served by anybody else other than their family in Mumbai. She also talks about the food culture. They also have a home dining facility. If you there are a lot of things that she talks about on her page. about her family, about the the difference between a Muslim community food and a Konkani food. How is it different? So there are a lot of these things keeping the religion separate. So people don't look at us, okay, when I say Konkani Muslim community, matlab that M is more prominent. No. So for us, that is out. What we are talking about is only food
Yeah.
and the food culture around that.
And Shabana, another thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are watching this will want to know is, say somebody who's great at cooking, who has a certain, like cuisine that is running in the family, just like yours is, and they want to make a business out of that. What are some of, like advice that you would give to people? Because you're someone who's already done it and who's doing it successfully now for 3 years at least. How would you like to guide them as to how to go about it?
Okay, so they can join a women entrepreneurs program. So other than that, one is whatever cuisine you want to stick to. Like I said, that don't jump into too many things. So suppose if you're from Delhi, just stick. So Delhi doesn't have their cuisine as such. It's just
Right.
that they have come up with amazing stuff. So if you're from Delhi, you stick to Delhi food. Where people would relate. अच्छा ये अगर सोया चाप है तो ये तो वो दिल्ली वाला ही होना चाहिए, या बटर चिकन है तो वो दिल्ली वाला होना चाहिए. If you're from Hyderabad or Bengal or Mangalorean or wherever you're a Gujarati, stick to the food that you've known. Stick to it. Okay. Yeah, but not necessary. So suppose if you're a Gujarati, but if you know Mexican food very well, and when I say very well, does not mean just cooking. The problem is that we think that okay, हमने अच्छा खाना बना लिया, 4 लोगों ने तारीफ कर ली, so okay हो गया, हम तो होम शेफ हो गए. No, you have to know why a particular ingredient is added or not added in a particular cuisine. That's very important. So stick to the cuisine that you think you know about, knowledge wise and cooking wise. Okay, and you're doing a complete justice. Do not try to create that fusion thing. If you're going to do fusion, then you just stick to fusion. Then you say that, boss, हम तो fusion ही करने वाले. So that's one. Second is, do not compromise on quality. Maybe you want to have that a little high pricing. That's okay. Please, people will they are more than happy to pay that extra money rather than getting your food quality compromised. So never compromise on the quality of food. 3 is, be consistent and connected with your guests. Be active on social media. You cannot say that I will sit in my cocoon and मेरी बिल्डिंग वालों को मैंने बता दिया, हाँ, and they will go and tell. Today's time, even a 5-year-old kid has a phone. Today, even the remotest part of the country is on phone. And that's the most easiest way and the most sasta, sundar and tikau way to get connected. And lastly, when you are on social media, you also have to see what are you communicating. It cannot be that you're just writing one-liners as if for the heck of it you're writing. You really have to connect.
So
I
if you
think
are passionate about it, it'll transcend in your social media.
Yes,
and
correct.
Whatever
correct.
cuisine that you choose to do, kind of like stick to one thing,
Yes.
specialize in that. Try not to be like a jack of all trades and master of none.
Right.
Right. And that is how
Correct.
people will build their niche in something. And besides
Right.
just the cooking aspect, which is of course a big part, try to get yourself some kind of education regarding what is
Yes.
there in the food, why is it there, if there is any story or something regarding the food, you should be up to date about that as well, right?
Yes. You have to keep your knowledge up. You cannot say that हाँ मुझे इतना आता है और यही है. No. Like, so when we started with the kitchen thing, so there are a lot of things that my we've heard from our grandparents, and my dad has said, my mom has said. There are so many things that they keep talking about. Other than that, every time, I call up my cousins, I call up, my relatives, just to know more. So when I go to Uran is one place where you find a hell lot of Konknis there. When I go there, I actually tell them, I tell my cousins, can you take me to any of your friends' place? And then I sit with their grandmothers and their parents, that okay, you tell me something more. So that's how, it keeps your knowledge up. Use internet in the right form. Use to increase your knowledge about what you are going to do, the business that you are interested in, and you have to be consistent. You need the guests. It's period. Of course, they want to have your food and all that stuff, but you need the guest when you are here. When you are here, it is equal. So it's mutual. But when you're starting, you need them. People were like, lot of women, lot of college girls, who were just finished their college, getting into their corporate life, searching for jobs and all that stuff. So they said that, Shabana, can you help us? Can you guide us? What we are doing? What should we do? Even we want to be home chefs, or just tell us that, how can. So there were women who were like, tired of traveling Churchgate to Virar, and they were like, we had enough of this, and please tell us how we can start our own business. So I was guiding them. Uh, Over a period of time, then I realized that, when my ammi said that, you are actually guiding so many people, why don't you make a proper program, rather than just doing it in a very haphazard or way. Just make it into a proper structure, and so that, you will have people from different walks of life at different stages. So there are some who are like startups, there are some who are somewhere in the middle, and there are some who are already in an established business and want to beef up their business and all that stuff. So that's when we started the Women Entrepreneur Program. So now, my niece and my nephew also have got involved. So we have enough hands, to take care of everything.
Correct. I'm just happy that there are people that you are delegating stuff to, and that you're not, having to take the whole burden of everything yourself, right? I mean,
The logistics and the social media part, that's handled by me. The delivery part is taken care of by my niece and my nephew, and the cooking part, the cooking and the stocks and everything, that's managed by my sister, which is overlooked by our head in charge, which is my mother.
yeah.
So she's here, and she will take care of the entire thing. Okay, this is happening, that is happening. So that's how it goes. Yes.
So thank you so much for being a part of the Ashish David Show, Shabana.
Thank you.
I know you're a very, very busy woman. You've got a lot of things to do, and the most important relationship in your life, which is the one with food. You have to take time out from that and do this show. So I'm very, very grateful. You're such a positive person. You're full of energy and enthusiasm, and after talking to you for almost an hour, I can tell that, why are you so happy and full of energy is because you're doing everything that you love. And I'm pretty
Yes.
sure that most of my listeners who are watching you right now will be super inspired by you, and they would most definitely want to know more about you, and they're going to check you out. And if they're in the Mumbai area, they're going to check out your food as well, most importantly. Ammi's Kitchen is the place that you need to order food from. Well, it might not be stuff that you have tasted, but then that's the reason why you probably want to go and taste it, because it's different and new. And now that you know the person behind the food and the story, I'm pretty sure, all the audiences will be super excited about this.
Awesome! I was just waiting that, okay, what all questions are you going to ask? So I think I've answered everything, and I've spoken everything.
देखो, the very
That's
same
so
way
happy.
that
Thank you.
people who order food from your place don't only order once ना, वैसे ये जो हमारा इंटरव्यू है एक बार नहीं हो रहा, ये आगे भी होगा. तो अगर कुछ अभी बच गया ना,
Yes,
जैसे
yes.
जैसे मेरे
बच
साथ
गया
जैसे
तो
होता
फिर
है,
वापस करें.
जैसे मैं बुफे में जाता हूँ तो बच जाता है ना, मैं बोलता हूँ बेटा अगली बार आऊंगा, तुझे छोड़ूंगा नहीं मैं. So
Correct.
there's going to be a next time, and hopefully
Yes, yes.
when we
Sure,
meet next
sure,
time,
sure.
we're going to have an amazing conversation, and हम खूब सारी और
Yes.
बातें भी करेंगे when we meet
Sure.
next time.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I really had a great time. I think I've shared everything from from my initial days of
Yes,
corporate life to Ammi's kitchen, and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
absolutely, and it was lovely talking to you, and we shall meet very
Pleasure.
soon again.
Yes.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.